station with the best music. I love best music.
Oh, snap. I know they're going to wonder what the heck just happened, but what the heck just happened is, mute me.
Best music. I love best music. I see you looking, but you want to impress. Your vibe drive by best. It's the Bianca show. You gonna listen for what you really missing, man. She hot. You entrepreneur, make a radio rock. From Atlanta to the caveman, living that game down the east and the west. Both know what you're saying. And this time of the day, you feel like I'm a brand you saying. Love what you play. BeatDropsRadio.
You are tuned into the Bianca Burwell Show. I appreciate everybody for tuning in during this 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time hour. Man, I've had some good times. I'm going to share that with you. Also, the season 4 spoiler for Scandal. I don't know if you haven't been watching Scandal, I don't know what you've been doing. Matter of fact, if you haven't been, my suggestion to you is to go back and try to catch up from 1 all the way up until now, because it's going to be, actually they started filming. So we're going to talk about that, hot topics and more. You know, Dollar Tree's trying to buy Family Dollar. That's crazy. Also, there's a 24-year-old that apparently was able to cheat Apple out of $300,000. Did y'all know about that? I sure didn't. And the UK is trying to, or looking to allow driverless cars. So we'll have that, hot topics, and more. The calling number is 404-826-9223. Again, 404-826-9223 is the calling number. The listen line is 401-347-0418. That's for those who don't have internet access, or they're about to walk away from your smart device, or somebody that just, you know, they want to listen to the show. They don't know exactly. That is the best way, 401-347-0418. If you want to see everything that's happening as it happens, just go to TheBeatDropsRadio.com, click on Watch Live. The Q&A box is open, so that means that you can post comments. Give me about 20 seconds. I'll be able to see it on the message board. I'll be glad to entertain stuff that's not crazy. And then also your devices, your smart devices, just type in the beat, the letter D, dot, fastcast4u.com, and you'll be able to look at that and listen on your smart devices, Android, Apple, iPhone, doesn't matter, iPad, it'll play for you. So I'm excited about today's show. I think Imani B is going to be chiming in a little bit. So keep it like right here on the Bianca Burwell Show. We'll be back after this. Adrian Marcel, 2 a.m. Keep it like right here on the Bianca Burwell Show. You are listening to the Bianca Burwell Show on the TheBeatDropsRadio, your top 40 pop and R&B station. We are the new beat of Atlanta. As you can see, I got Imani B on the building, or in the building with me on the other mic. What's going on, lady?
I like that beat right there.
You like that? That's Gerald Levert, DJ Don't instrumental. Matter of fact, not long ago, last week, Wednesday, during Full Belly Radio with Dave Tolliver and Elgar. Jay Millie is on vacation. I think she'll be back.
They're funny.
On today. Oh, yeah. They'll be on tonight from 7 until 9 p.m. By the way, happy birthday, Dave Tolliver.
Happy cake born day.
Today's his birthday, so make sure you guys listen in later on and give him a call and wish him a happy birthday. The calling number, by the way, is 404-826-9223. That is the calling number. And if you want to see everything that's happening as it happens, just go to TheBeatDropsRadio.com, click on Watch Live, and you can see what's going on. The Q&A box is open. So feel free to make comments and all of that. We'll see it. So speaking of the instrumental, DJ Don't, Gerald Levert, his daughters were in here last week. Cameron and Carlicia, they were in here.
Carlicia, that's a nice name. I just like that name.
Yeah, yeah.
Unlike the other names that have been, popping up among celebrity children.
Yeah, definitely. Carlicia, she is, I think, 24 now, and her sister Cameron is 16.
Yeah.
And they both sing. Cameron, the youngest, she can sing her behind off.
She got them lungs.
Yeah, she does pop. And
I'm money
I got like 4 tracks of hers.
Hey, we gonna play some?
Well, I mean, we could. But she got some pipes.
I think we should get a couple stage.
Yeah, she got some pipes, and she reminds me of one of those. I'm surprised that she hadn't been picked up yet. I don't know what they're doing behind the scenes, but pretty cool kid. I like her. I like her personality. She's like, and she had her boyfriend in here with her and her mom, and Dave was just bragging like, "Who is this dude? He looks 30. He looks 30."
What the dude say? What
He was like, "Oh man." They're pretty cute. They're pretty cute. So it was great to meet them, and we posted some pictures up, in case you haven't seen it, on our Facebook fan page. If you haven't liked our page already, what's wrong with you? Just go to Facebook. Matter of fact, the website. Click on the F for Facebook, and it'll take you directly to our Facebook fan page, where you'll be able to click like. And then once you click like, you can suggest it to other friends. You know what I mean?
I definitely know what you mean.
You have a difficulty over there with that screen?
Yes, it was giving me some trouble.
Giving you trouble. Okay, cool. So, at any rate, yeah, I like this group. This is a nice little group to, because I feel like this was a really good story to do this off of.
Hey, this could be some stepping music.
Yeah, actually, you can spin around and step with it. 1, 2, 1, 2, spin it up. All right, so as of recently, I know you guys have heard the story with Donald Sterling and that whole situation that took place with the Clippers, right?
Okay.
You remember that? V. Stiviano, she made a recording of Donald Sterling talking about, don't bring the black guys to my games.
Oh, Donald Sterling. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, the
light
guy.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. In his 80s. Well, yes, he
He needs
is.
to retire.
Well, I mean, he's got a lot of money, and he's owned the Clippers for quite some time. So what had the latest developments in that whole situation is that previously he so-called allowed his wife to be able to sell the Clippers, and then when she found a buyer, then it was this whole big thing, and he was trying to protest against it. And the one player that he had more problems with than anybody else, or I don't know why, but was Magic Johnson. He just specifically named Magic Johnson because V. Stiviano took a picture with him on social media, on Instagram. And he was like, he didn't want her to be seen with black guys, and don't bring any to my games. And that's what spawned this whole big storm or whatever, what took place. So recently, TMZ, you know how they are, they saw Magic Johnson. They asked him, because Donald Sterling was fighting that situation. He did not want his Clippers sold. He was like, you are not going to make me. Well, Magic Johnson says that he has no ill feelings towards Donald Sterling. He doesn't, which is not a bad thing. But boy, did he flash a huge smile when they asked him about how he felt about the Clippers getting a new owner, because they ruled in Shelly Sterling's favor to allow her to be able to sell the team.
I shot a big smile, so I'm like, ooh, I'm finna get paid. And plus, I know it's something that he loves, and it's what, it's part of his reputation and what we know him for, too. And he was good at it.
Well, Magic, he's just happy that the Clippers are now owned by a different owner. And the guy's name is Steve Ballmer. In case you guys don't know who Steve Ballmer is. Mm-hmm. Steve Ballmer, he was the CEO of Microsoft from January 2000 to February 2014. All right, and he's originally from Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, he's originally from Detroit. He's 58 years old, and his personal wealth is estimated at $20.7 billion. $20.7 billion. I don't even know what 1 billion looks like.
But if that was in my bank account.
So that ranks him at number 32 on the Forbes 400. That is Steve Ballmer. He is now the new owner of the LA Clippers. Now, Magic says that he had to give credit to Shelly, explaining that this whole thing was tough for her. It was tough for her to be in that position and do all of what she's doing, but it happened, and he still says he doesn't have any ill feelings towards Donald. So Donald's, I'm sorry,
he needs to let it go.
Donald?
Yeah, I think he needs to let it go. Magic don't want no trouble. He don't want no drama. He just minded his own business. All he did was snap a couple pictures like he do with everybody else.
Exactly.
Like, just let it go.
Exactly. Well, in case you forgot, Donald's initial racist rant was all about Magic, just like we said. And
I didn't know it was all about him. I thought it, was about other people.
He
just in general.
Well, he specifically named Magic, and I think that's what the whole thing was.
What about? Yeah, he pointed out.
And then Donald went on to trash Magic on CNN, saying Johnson should be ashamed of himself for contracting the HIV virus. Yeah, it just didn't stop at he just kept going. Donald just,
he needs to quit, because I think a lot of people don't realize, what if we swap places, and what if he was in Magic's shoes and Magic was in his shoes and he was just a bash, and he would feel some type of way. It really would.
You don't think about that?
No, I don't think about that. There's a lot of people, because I know sometimes stuff slip.
Stuff slip.
But you done let a little too much slip, if you know what I mean. Like,
you know what? There is something on Facebook right now that my oldest brother, put up, and it has to do with a talk show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I looked at it like, what in the what? It's a talk show that apparently went racist real quick. It did.
Everything gotta go racist.
It went racist real quick. I almost want to see if I can try to find that video real quick. If I can, I'll play it so that you can hear what exactly was said. Because I looked at it up. There it is. We might have a moment. I think I might be able to play it real quick. Y'all gonna have to work with me for a minute, because some people, your thoughts and your comments are pretty much better left unsaid. Would you believe that? Or would you agree with that? I'm just saying. Some things are better left unsaid.
If you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. That's what Mommy always told me.
You can think it, just don't say it. Because then, once you open your mouth, then people know exactly how stupid you actually are. So here's what I'm going to do. I know this is a little bit unorthodox, So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this really quick. Okay, is that cool?
I'm down with it. I'm cool with it.
Okay, because I thought this was just really all right. So we're gonna put this on.
All right, let's boogie.
We put this on real quick. See if we can get it up. I'm trying to get the volume up. We can't get the. Okay, we're gonna try to get this a little bit like because the volume of it is not as loud as we need it to be. So, and what I'll do is I'll put this on our Facebook fan page so that people can hear it. And ultimately, what it is that it's a gentleman that's from the islands, okay, from the Hawaiian Islands,
Okay.
and he basically had a problem. They were flashing up pictures of people on the screen, and they were giving their thoughts on, you know, yay or nay type situation. I don't know exactly what the name of this show is right now. I had to look it up. But the guy from the Hawaiian Islands, what he said is that, you know, I'm just gonna be honest here. I'm gonna say it. I don't like the guy because he's black. Yeah. And that completely turned the whole. And there's one black gentleman that's on the panel. And he was like, "What?" It was just crazy, absolute crazy. I kid you not. You look at him, I'm telling you the truth. That's what he said. He didn't like the guy because he's black. And they were like, "Why in the world would you say something like that?" And he said, "Well, you know, I've dealt with a lot of black people, and where I'm from, you know." They were like, "Well, where are you from?" He said, "I'm from Polynesian Islands." "Which one?" "Hawaiian Islands." He said, "There's not a lot of black people there." He said, "Well, now I've been living in the southern states, and, you know, it just seems as though the black people, they always think somebody owed them something, and I don't like affirmative action. I don't want to be given a job because I'm brown. I want it because of my credentials, and their attitudes are just nasty." I mean, he just kept going on and on. And the guy that he wrote in with, happened to be the black gentleman, he said, "Wait a minute. Some things are better left unsaid. I wrote in with you." You know, and and we talked about we're not going to take anything, you know, personal, but that was personal. How can you not?
I'd leave him on the street. Don't get in the car with me. That's mean.
Yeah.
We don't do that to Caucasian people.
Well, you know, and that's what they were saying. Like, I wouldn't give somebody money because they're white, or I wouldn't give somebody money. You know,
I don't see color. I really don't. Everybody is who they are. I don't think a person is just made up of what they look like on the exterior. It's all about the personality, the character, who the person is, you know?
Yeah, it is. You know, none of us have there are bad people in every race.
True.
There are bad people in every race. There are, you know, those that are decent in every race. There are those who feel like they're owed something in every race. There's people that, you know, that are lazy in every race. There are go-getters in every race. There are, you know, everybody who has a stigma based upon someone's actions that they've seen. They make a blanket judgment across everybody in that hue. It's the same in yours. It just is. So sometimes folks just really just want to see what they want to see. But I just thought that was interesting. You know, I know I kind of went off on a tangent just talking about the whole Donald Sterling thing, but, you know, Magic says that he's praying for the man. You know, he hoped the thing would end soon, and now everybody can get back to their lives and start cheering. Because that's what's happening. So Donald Sterling, you lost the fight, man.
Magic is being a bigger person.
He is. He's a classic guy. He's a classic guy. Magic is a classic guy, and I appreciate that about him. That he can take the criticism. He can take, you know, all of the punches that Donald was throwing, and just was like, yep, yeah, it'll be over soon, and he will not be owning the Clippers anymore.
Yeah, because not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of people can just take shade.
You're right. You're right. Not everybody can do that, because they'll retaliate in some kind of way. Period. So that was cool. Kudos to Magic Johnson. Whatever, Donald Sterling, you deserve it. And we'll be back into this. Coco Jones, what I said. Keep it locked right here on the Bianca Burwell Show. We'll be back after this. Then contact the Beat Drops Radio and email your YouTube links, website, and contact information to TheBeatDropsRadio@gmail.com to set up an appointment today. Act quickly as we are gearing up for the new year and expanding our network to include interesting, creative, fun, original, and captivating shows. And this just might be you. We are a family-friendly, top 40 pop and R&B station located in the Atlanta metro area. Now, if you don't live in the Atlanta area and have pre-recorded shows, we have time slots available for you too. Don't delay. You are tuned into the Bianca Burwell Show on the Beat Radio, your top 40 pop and R&B station. What's going on, Philippines, India, Texas, Atlanta, Norcross? We appreciate everybody for tuning in.
Hi, everybody.
The call-in number is 404-826-9223. The listen line is 401-347-0418. If you want to see everything that's happening, just go to TheBeatDropsRadio.com, click on Watch Live, and you will see everything there. The Q&A box is open, which means that you can join in the conversation, which is cool. Join in.
We all like a little interaction.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. I'm still going to work on that video, though, because I need to get the volume up. And when I get that volume up, I'm going to play it. Even if I don't get it today, I'm going to play it tomorrow.
You determined.
I'm determined, man, because people need to hear that. I was sitting there in utter disbelief, like, for real? For those of you all that just tuned in, I'm talking about, from our last segment, there's a gentleman from the Hawaiian Islands that said he didn't like the guy just because he was black. This is it.
And rolled in with a black dude. How about that?
Yeah. So,
that's Jack.
And he just had, some crazy stuff. And I just thought it was really cool I think it would be cool to play it. Because we all have our prejudices and things that we may think, but it's better left, some things are better left unsaid. You know what I'm saying? Some things are better left unsaid. So, that's all I'm saying.
I really do think if the world knew what was going on everybody's mind, it'll be in such an uproar, more than what it is. It'd be 10 times, a million times worse.
It probably would be. But, I like living in America where you can at least voice stuff without being stoned. Well, I guess now I want to take that back. You can be stoned, but in different ways. Like, they'll take away your television shows, like HGTV did to those two twins. They wanted to renovate and flip houses for those people.
They took away their show?
Yeah, they took away that show.
Why?
Not the other brothers. It was like another set of brothers that was coming in because of how they felt about gays. And they just, they were like, we're Christian and we don't believe in homosexuality, and that's it. And they took the show. It's gone. And so what they were doing was really great, though. They were helping a lot of people. And because they felt that way.
Now we have to live in shadows, about
walking on eggshells, you think?
Yeah, because I know I'd be walking on some eggshells, but at the same time, I'm trying to figure out how I can say it. Yeah, you should always be careful what you say, but I'd say we're living in the shadows and walking on eggshells because even the smallest thing that you think will not be offensive to somebody is offensive. Yeah. And what you think your beliefs are might not be someone else's beliefs, or they find some kind of way to nitpick at what you say or try to flip your words to make you look like a bad person,
Yeah.
And I think that's jacked up. What happened to just saying what you got to say? If you got a problem, then you can sort it out, but it ain't got to be negative, You ain't got to just nit people's shows, hit people, kick people, bullet people. You ain't got to do all that.
All that's not necessary.
No, it ain't necessary.
Just say what you feel, and all right, that's what you feel. Okay, cool.
It's just
respect violence. It's just too much, period. I feel like it's just
people extra special is what they are.
Yeah, they are.
Speaking of extra special, you know how a lot of people like to live above their means, right?
Yeah.
If your pocket, I'm going to tell you one thing that was told by me while wise elder. If your pockets say no, then you do not go, okay? You just don't. You just don't. Don't sit there and try to ball out when you know you're balling on about $20 trying to get $100, trying to get $100 or $200 worth of shoes or $3,000 shoes. Don't do that.
Right.
But at the same time, I find it interesting because there's a story that I just read about a couple of days ago on by way of TMZ. And it talked about Sean Kingston and how he wrapped up his third repo, right?
He's getting stuff repossessed.
Yeah, he's getting stuff repossessed. Now, I wouldn't think he would be the type to get his stuff repossessed, but he did. The last repo that he had happened to be a white Lamborghini, and that was about 4 months ago.
Oh,
but rewind to the very, very first one. The first one was a Bentley, all right? Then the second one was a Range Rover. Now we get to the third one, which happens to be the Lamborghini. What's crazy about this is that I think it's real bad because you are a public figure. Nobody wants to ever get their car repoed, period. That's the worst thing that can possibly happen. Plus, it's very embarrassing. But for your car to get repossessed and you're at such a level, you know, in celebrityism, I like to call it.
Celebrityism?
Yes, celebrityism.
Okay.
You shouldn't be getting your car repoed. You should be paying your bills, doing what you got to do. You got the money to do so, but at the same time, a lot of self-control is lacking once you get that money. Some people, like I remember one of a realtor saying, because he worked with new NFL players, rookie NFL players,
right.
And how their first year, or what was it, year or 2 years, they blow all their money.
Yeah, they do, because what happens is, however people typically, however you handle your money when you're broke,
is how you handle it when you got some
money. You get money and then you spend it and you don't know you don't have anything to show for it.
Money.
Right, you know,
you
somewhere trying to make it rain.
On a place they don't need to be making.
You don't have it like that. That's what happens. So Sean Kingston, apparently he got a whole bunch of luxury cars. I haven't heard it. Have you heard anything new? Anybody heard anything new from him lately? No? Nobody.
I mean, besides Beat It, and he featured that. He was on that song with Wiz Khalifa and Chris Brown, and that was, what year are we in?
This is 2014.
Well, that was earlier this year.
Well, apparently it didn't do well. What was that one song that Sean Kingston had that was really popular?
Beautiful Girl?
Yeah, that's been like forever ago.
Yeah, that's been forever. But Beat It
or
was
Suicidal. The Suicidal song?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same
thing? Okay. Work with me!
But no, Beat It was a good song. I still jam to it, you know, but he's living way above his means.
Yeah, I'd say so. You know, there are 8 warning signs that you're living above your means.
Okay, I think you need to tell me.
8.
Something. Okay.
8. And the one thing I want everybody to take away from this segment, that's coming up, we're going to be talking about season 4 spoiler for Scandal. That's coming up in the next hour.
Mm-hmm.
But at any rate, 8 warning signs that you are living beyond your means. Number 1 is you don't have a budget. You gotta have a budget.
That would be number 1.
If you don't have a written monthly budget, then basically you're winging it every month. You don't know what the heck is going on. A budget is essential to living within your means. You'd be surprised at how much money you actually spend. Especially if you just like frivolously spending, getting a cup of coffee every day, or a donut, or fast food.
I can see if they have a plan. You know, ball on a budget. You know,
you gotta have a budget.
No budget. But some people don't know what a budget is. That's the sad part.
Okay, you know what? You have a valid point. That's a valid point. A budget.
What is a budget?
A budget is, and this is according to the Bianca Burwell Unabridged Dictionary, copyright 2014. Looking at the sums of money that or income that comes into the house after taxes, that's your net income, right? That comes into the house, minusing the bills that you have to pay out, and that amount of money that's left, that's your budget. So if you bring in
play money, basically,
if you bring in $3,000 a month, and your bills are $2,000 a month, then your budget is $1,000.
That's your play money. Do whatever you want to do, money. You can save that money. You know.
And what I mean when I say bills, I'm talking about your cell phone, your cable, your
mortgage,
light, your gas, rent or mortgage, gas money, groceries, all of that. That's your bills. Those are the things necessary in order for you to function.
All of the essentials.
What is left, that's the budget that you have. So thank you. That is a valid point to bring up, because some people don't know what that is.
Also, we're at the same time, you know, some people are ashamed to be on a budget.
Man, forget being ashamed. You should be ashamed to be broke. sitting and not have nowhere to live. That's when it comes in. You know what I mean? Number two, right. You spend over 25% of your income on eating out every month. Right? That's going out.
I think some people just need to learn how to cook.
Spending $800 a month easily on eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you're constantly going out to restaurants, that stuff will add up. And if it's not in your budget, because groceries is in your budget.
A lot of the single people that I know, single females, they're home alone. A lot of them that I do know, the ones that I do know, they always go out to eat. It's an every night thing. They say, well, I don't see why I should stay home and feel lonely, or I don't really feel like cooking anything, so I just go out to eat. And there's hardly anything in the refrigerator, but maybe like a jug of juice.
A jug of juice. They juicing. That's what they juicing.
A jug of juice.
Juice diet. Yeah. Number 3, you've missed a payment this year. I'm talking about rent, mortgage, credit card bills, all of that.
Credit card bills rack up real quick.
That means you're not budgeting right. You're not putting it in the bill category.
You're checking up your credit.
You got to stick to that budget, man, and prioritize your spending so you don't miss important payments. That's number 3.
They can mark it in their calendar. I mark everything in my calendar.
That's a wonderful thing. That's a good practice to have. Some people don't do that.
Because me personally, I know I'm not going to keep no book. I tried. I really did. To keep all my, my clients in just one book, I tried that. I really did. I don't ever forget when I got an appointment. But it's the point of just seeing it visually, Okay. So something I use every day. I know if I use something every day, then it is more apt so it can see in my face. So I do my cell phone. And I have it to where my calendar, exactly when I open my phone, my calendar is right in front of my face so I can see who I got, what I got to do, and the time frame, okay? And that's how I plan my day. All right?
Plan your day. I got you.
Some people, you can walk around with a day planner, a little hand calendar, but me, I need my cell phone. I'm one of those people, I'm heavily dependent upon my cell phone. If it's not my cell phone, then it's strictly off of memory, okay? But more memory than it is the phone, okay? I see you.
Makes sense. Number 4, as a warning sign that you are living beyond your means, is you've paid overdraft fees this year.
Overdraft fees.
Overdraft fees. That's because there's insufficient funds. You don't have enough money in your account.
Oh, overdraft.
Overdraft fees.
The light just clicked.
Yeah. Now, paying $10 to $40, actually, our bank is like $29 every time. It's the overdraft.
Can't people set it up to where they cannot get overdraft fees?
Yep.
Is it reversible once you get it?
You can set it up to where if you don't have the money, then your card won't work. You can.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get hit with overdraft fee, then doggone it, you paying that. Unless it's just something that may have been the fault of the bank.
Is it something that keeps adding on after a period of time?
Well, if you don't pay those overdraft fees by a certain number of days, then they start tacking on a fee along with that.
So basically digging a deeper hole.
Yeah, and you can actually, hey Spain, you can end up having or facing your account being closed if you don't pay the money back. Yeah, it's no joke. So if you're routinely paying fees, these overdraft fees, and that stuff can add up. Because I say, and if you're already in overdraft mode, and let's say you go to the gas station, you get $30 worth of gas, then they charge another $29. You actually paid $59 for that gas. And every time you use your card, they keep hitting you for. So 3 of them, you're already at almost $100 in fees, and they charge it. Yes, they do.
And don't think that it's going to be at, $100 when you pay it. It's going to be $0.
What typically happens is when people get overdraft fees is because they're not paying attention to their bank statements.
Mm-hmm.
And I recommend that you look at your bank statement or check your account on a daily basis. If you don't look daily, look every other day, because sometimes some of these cards might places might get a hold of your information. Like it happened to me. Somebody got a hold of my information for the business account, and they bought round-trip tickets to Egypt. And it took a while to get that mess cleared up, and then they had to reverse all the overdraft fees and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was it. That was crazy.
I know it was a headache.
Yeah, it was a headache, man. It was ridiculous. I was like, seriously? Never been to Egypt. As far as I've gone out of the country is Canada. That's it.
I've never even stepped foot out of the country. I want to.
Well, as you get older, that may happen. Might go to Spain. Or...
I think my first trip out of the country, I want to go to the Olympics. Isn't it going to be in South America this year?
I have no idea.
I think so. Last time I checked, it should have been. It's
the
somewhere
Olympics?
in South. Yeah,
we've got a couple more
Olympics.
years. It's 2016, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
2008. Every 4 years.
Yeah, but they always said the Olympics where the next Olympic will be somewhere around there.
Oh.
But I know I'm trying.
Okay. Good luck with that one. I'm good, man, because there's too much stuff that happens. Even when they had the Olympics here in the Atlanta area, I mean, the security and all the stuff, I mean, they didn't want no abandoned cars, no trash, it was crazy. High alert constantly because people do crazy stuff. And you see what happened, pipe bomb went off. Well, actually, you weren't around. But in 1996, the summer, pipe bomb goes off during the Olympics. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. They didn't want any dirt. They didn't want nobody from any other countries because the world wasn't in Atlanta to see any negativity. No bad stuff, no abandoned stuff, no dirty stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm good. So, number 5 of the 8. We're getting down on this. We're getting down. You never save money. Number 5 of the 8 warning signs that you are going to be on your knees. You never save money. If you always spend your extra money instead of saving it, you'll always live paycheck to paycheck.
Let's always have some kind of oops money,
Emergency funds, oops money, oops account is so necessary. Even if it's just a couple $100 to start off with.
Just a few dollars.
Yeah. Put it somewhere that you don't have immediate access to. That's what helps. Because if you have immediate access to your oops money or your emergency fund, you're going to always go get it. But if you make it very difficult, meaning you don't have a card that's in your pocket to swipe, you have to drive across town, spend gas, all of that, you more than likely just leave. Save money. Number 6, you buy everything you want, even when you can't afford it. I say this all the time, it's wants versus needs. That's what my mother drilled into me. Wants versus needs. Me and my brothers. Wants versus needs.
Well, you got a point.
Yeah. I mean, all of us have done it. It's something like, I want that.
Well, looking at it from my standpoint, see, I'm still young.
Yes, you are.
So I don't really have that problem with the wants versus needs, but I know it's coming. That's the problem.
Well, see, at this point, you don't really feel it because you don't have a whole lot of responsibilities to pay.
My monthly bills consist of $28. Okay, that's it. $28 a month.
See, well, as soon as that multiplies by 100,
yeah,
it'll be a whole different situation. Trust, it's a whole different situation. Then. You got a lot of stuff you got to take care of. You'd be like, oh my goodness, what the heck? I want to act that. Right now, you have a lot of discretionary funds.
Yeah, the best time ever. That's
disposable income. Yeah, you get a little older, you
get all you can while young.
All right, number 7. You struggle to pay off your credit card each month. If you use your credit card instead of using cash, you should only use a credit card if you have money set aside to pay it off. Otherwise, you continue to rack up credit card debt, and all of that, and you can't afford to pay it off.
What's the point of even getting a credit card?
Credit card is to build your credit.
I think it just builds debt in my opinion.
It builds debt if you just keep swiping and swiping and swiping, and you know you don't have the money to pay. So then it keeps rolling over, and especially if you pay the minimum amount of money due. Let's say your minimum payment is $15 a month on your credit card. And you can't pay it, and you owe like $1,000. They're going to attach interest charges and all that to it. That $1,000 raises up quite a bit, especially if you buy stuff that you need, like groceries on a credit card. You may have bargain shopped to your heart's content. But after all that on the $30 worth of groceries, but in the end, you may end up paying about $100 for those same groceries. For all of the interest and fees and all that you pay. Just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Struggling? So make sure that If you use your credit card, it's for something that you absolutely need to use your credit card for, and you know that you have the money to pay it off. Makes sense.
Especially, you know, what just popped into my head are those that start a business off of their credit cards. They max out their credit cards. That is a huge.
It's a gamble. It's a gamble. And there are those that have done it, and some have become successful.
I mean, maxed out not just one, but a couple, two, three credit cards.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. The last one before we go to break.
Okay.
Number 8.
Wrapping up.
Number 8 of the 8 warning signs that you are living beyond your means. You never save for retirement. That goes back to
How do
number
you
5.
save for
You never
retirement?
save money. It's a lot of people. Especially if you live paycheck to paycheck, you can't afford to put nothing aside. And if you don't have a retirement fund or something like that set up, you end up facing some stuff. Like,
They're gonna be for real work until I die. They're gonna be singing their wedding vows to their job till death do us part.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are working well beyond the retirement age.
I feel so sorry.
Because they don't have it. You know, when you go in some of these places and you see older people, I'm not just saying, all right, I'm not going to name the establishment, but you might go into the some fast food restaurants to see some older, elderly people there. They're not there because they want to be. They're there because they have to be.
That's supposed to be a relaxation time. They're like, hey, I did my time. But, you know, some people, I guess, just want something to do, not just sit in the house. They want to interact, see people, or they just want extra money besides the retirement money.
I feel you. Some with the interaction and all that. If you want the interaction, then go and join the club.
I know I love it.
YMCA, something like that, where they have elders that they do all kinds of stuff like arts and crafts, swimming. They go on trips. There are some but there are some that like they get on buses and
take them. You know,
they go to gamble. They go to like casinos and stuff like that. They do it.
I know.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
It is. Number 8.
Oh, wrong number 8.
Yeah, we are. So, you never save money. You're probably not going to save for retirement either. But saving for retirement right now is so important because waiting can cost you thousands of dollars. So, you might want to start. And this is MonicaOwnMoney.com is where this is coming from. Start as early as college. I'm guilty. I'm not started. I did start. And then I ended up having to use that money. So, I got to build it back up again. Just like it. So that happens. Bills.
Everything does happen.
Things happen. So that is or concludes your 8 warning signs that you're living beyond your means. Keep it locked right here on the Bianca Burwell Show. We are going to be talking about the season 4 spoiler for Scandal that is coming up. I love that show. So keep it locked right here on the Bianca Burwell Show. Michael Jackson featuring Justin Timberlake. Love never feels so good. Too many kids, especially boys, are still waiting for a meal. Volunteer. All right, hippo starts. Big brothers, big sisters, alumni, please start something. I'm going to tell you sisters. If you only have radio show. Wait. You are tuned into the Bianca Burwell Show on the TheBeatDropsRadio, your top 40 pop and R&B station. New Beat of Atlanta. What's going on, Joshua James? We appreciate you saying hello and checking in. Indeed. If you want to see everything that's happening as it happens, just go to TheBeatDropsRadio.com, click on Watch Live, and you'll be able to see everything that's happened. And like Joshua just did, you can use the Q&A box. Join the conversation. Give us a couple shout-outs. Chat with us a little bit. And we'll respond back. The call-in number is 404-826-9223. And I must remind everyone that Full Belly Radio comes on tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. right here on the station. That is with Dave Tolliver, Jake Millie, and El Garth. They'll be on tonight. And they have the funniest show, I swear. Their chemistry is really great. So make sure you tune in. Also, the BJ's Radio is looking for new shows to add to the lineup. So if you want to pitch your show, just go to TheBeatDropsRadio.com. There's the contact link. And send us your links and all of that, your pitch. And if it fits, definitely if it fits, we'll give you a call back. Just saying. That'd be real cool. Now, in the news right now, it's a couple things I want to talk about before we get to the Scandal Season 4 spoiler.
Okay.
I saw something, and I mentioned it before, but I didn't get a chance to really go directly into the whole thing. But apparently, a gentleman named Sharon Parrish Jr. Sharon Parrish Jr.
Sharon?
Yeah.
That's a good name.
Or Sharon?
Maybe Sharon.
Sharron.
That sounds more masculine.
Sharron.
Sure.
He probably goes by Ron. I'm pretty sure he does. All right, so 24 years old. Apparently, he had this brilliant scam to cheat Apple out of money. This is coming from Business Insider. $300,000. All right?
Okay.
He allegedly scammed Apple not once but 42 times. Did you hear what I said? 42 times.
Wait, he hit them up 42 times?
Allegedly, he scammed Apple not once but 42 times.
It was so good. He kept coming back for more.
Yeah, he did. He did. So, according to the Secret Service criminal complaint filed by Special Agent Brian Hallowell.
Okay.
All right. This is what happened.
What happened?
He allegedly tricked Apple stores, employees in 16 states, and this started around December 2012, into accepting fake authorization codes to purchase $309,768 worth of Apple goods. Now, he's a resident of Tampa, Florida. I know, right?
How do you fake authorization codes? What are these authorization codes even used for?
Okay. Apparently, the authorization code scam is simple, according to how. Here's how it works.
Okay.
Parrish allegedly visited Apple stores. Okay. He tried to buy products with 4 different debit cards, which were all closed by his respective financial institutions. He already knew the accounts were closed. When his debit card was inevitably declined by the Apple store, he would protest and offer to call his bank, except he wasn't really calling his bank. All right. So the complaint says this. Let me make sure we're straight here. Yeah. It's crazy, right? Okay, so the complaint says he would offer the Apple Store employees a fake authorization code with a certain number of digits, which is normally provided by credit card issuers to create a record of the credit or debit override. Okay? All right. Now, that's the problem with this system. As long as the number of digits is correct, the override code itself doesn't even matter what it is. Yeah. I'm going back and forth, Joshua. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means, but hang with me. So it doesn't matter how many numbers it is. The code, it doesn't matter. So It does not actually matter what code the merchant types into the terminal. The U.S. Attorney's Office in New Jersey said publicly after a similar case occurred there in February, any combination of digits will override the denial. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So in New Jersey case, 29-year-old Tanisha McDonald was sentenced to 3 years in prison after defrauding Victoria's Secret, Banana Republic, and several other retailers out of, it was over $500,000 in the same manner, which is known as a forced sale or a forced code. Is that not crazy?
That's crazy, but genius at the same time. It is definitely pulling on those sympathy strings. Like,
yeah.
What you mean my car's declined?
I got money.
I've been paid person. Then cue the waterworks. Are you serious?
Right.
I have children. I have this and that. Because I get it too at one of my day jobs. I work too besides hair. And I don't play that mess.
No, Joshua, you're not the only one watching. We have several people watching, and we also have people that are tuned in throughout the world. He's wondering, is he the only one watching? No, you're the only one commenting, though. The show comes on 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, and we have 72,000 listeners monthly that tune into the show. So they're listening all over the place. You're watching, and then they listen on the other platforms. So we appreciate you for chiming in. All right, so though this action is technically a form of wire fraud, merchants can be liable for charges if they override a credit or debit card denial in this fashion. So they can be stuck with the bill because they forced it. Their system said no, and they overrode it anyway. Citing court records, the Tampa Bay Times and Parrish initially forced a transaction at the Apple Store in Brandon, in which he used a fake authorization code to make a purchase of $7,753. Now, I don't know if Apple employees, I don't know if they get commission, but can you imagine if they did? I don't know for sure, but if they did get commission, and you see a $7,700 purchase come up, and your commission go look fat. Yeah, you want that sale to go through. Yeah. I'm just saying that's if that's the case. I'm not sure if that is. You know what I mean? Like, all right, it went through. Thank you. Because Apple employees overrode the initial decline against the instructions of Chase Bank, Apple, not the financial institution, suffered the loss as a result of the fraudulent transaction. So Apple got hit. Parrish has also been accused of trying to defraud a car rental company and a hotel in Seattle. He's currently being held without bail in jail.
Boy, he was on a roll.
Yeah, he was. He was knocking it out. He reached out to Secret Service to learn more about the loophole, and they've also reached out. This is Business Insider. They reached out to Apple to learn if the company plans to change its policies regarding overriding credit or debit card denials. So apparently that's something that will come up later on. Okay, we have a message on the message board. I'm going to need somebody to scroll that down. Yep. Scroll that down for us so we can see. How do I feel about the Israel crisis? That's something, too, Josh was asking. How do I feel about the Israel crisis? It's not really on topic right now, but, you know, it's a whole lot that's going on over there, obviously, and sometimes I feel like the United States needs to kind of step back. Even though we are allies of Israel, always have been. Which is understandable. But some things we kind of need to back out of. You know, that whole fight, the Holy War, basically really doesn't have anything to do with us personally, but I think it's always good to keep our eyes focused on what's going on over there in the Middle East, because ultimately the things that happen over there with Israel, Palestine, Hamas, all of that affects us directly.
I totally agree.
Yeah, it does.
To me, it always seems like we are the ones to try to make it right, be like the hero.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to be that all the time, because everything that goes on in the world is not our business.
No, everything is not our business.
And we do not need to intervene in that, because that's basically causing us more money, higher taxes, because we have to send those soldiers money too.
Mm-hmm.
Taxes goes up, everything. It's a trickle effect.
Yeah, the United States, we pay about, I think it's like $70 million a year. I may have that number a little bit off, but I'm pretty sure. But we give them about $70 million per year to help them, help aid Israel and the defense and making sure that they have what they need in order to help protect themselves or defend what's going on. I also, Joshua, I thought what was interesting, there was a story that I put up not long ago that talked about how it said God is guiding or deflecting the missiles that are being shot at Israel.
Really?
Yeah, I posted
that
up. Yeah, if you go to the BeatDropsRadio on our Facebook fan page, I have it posted there, and also on Bianca Burwell on my Facebook page there. I posted it up, and Instagram. I put it on Instagram too. My Instagram is Bianca_Burwell. You can go on there, you can see that article. It's pretty cool. They said that they were like, why aren't you aiming at Israel? They said we are, but their God is like deflecting the rockets in midair. So who's actually doing the fighting, and who's actually doing the defending? Just saying.
It's just not that time, I guess,
No, it's not.
There's a time for everything.
It is.
And right now, it's just not that time.
It just isn't. So there's nothing you can do about that. So we appreciate your question.
It's inquiry.
Yeah, definitely. The Ebola situation is just getting out of hand. Yeah, Ebola outbreak in West Africa, it just intensified. It really did. The disease reached Nigeria.
I never heard of Ebola. What is Ebola?
It's a virus. I mean, it's a very deadly virus.
Is it a airborne virus?
I'm not sure. It could be. I mean, because they definitely can infect one another if they come in close quarters. If someone is infected, if I'm infected and I'm around you guys, you guys could ultimately contract disease.
Hey, what?
Yeah, if Ebola were to spread in a heavily populated area, I mean, it could. It's major disaster. The region wouldn't be able to. They have a hard time dealing with it. There are some Americans that have passed away recently because they're over in Nigeria trying to help and all of that. And yeah, it's a bad situation.
I think they just need a quarantine suit.
Quarantine?
Yeah, quarantine.
Well, that might,
But they not gonna do that, so
I would just. There's a lady, Sierra Leone.
Okay.
She was more than 1,500 miles away or whatever, but she fled the hospital after testing positive for the virus, and then she died after turning herself in this past Saturday, becoming the first registered Ebola case in the country's capital city of Freetown. The city is particularly vulnerable as it houses no laboratories or treatment centers for the disease.
What did she turn herself into?
Well, I mean, she knew she was sick. She went on ahead and she tried to leave, like, oh my God. And then she turned herself in and she ended up dying over the weekend.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's a bad situation. Street protests have broken out all across the country over the government's handling of the outbreak, including one in Kenema on last Friday that erupted into violence as angry crowds threatened to burn down the Ebola hospital, forcing police to fire tear gas at the protesters. This is crazy. So hopefully they get a handle on that situation before it gets any worse, because this is something that has been it's been steadily getting more and more, more and more people are becoming affected.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
They just need to stay put. Stay.
Yeah. It's crazy. One more thing before we go to break, and then we'll end with our anticipated season 4 spoiler of Scandal.
You gonna quit teasing me? You gonna
Yeah, I'm gonna go on the next one. But check it out. Hong Kong is out of Big Macs. I posted this up on our Facebook fan page for the BeatDropsRadio. I did post it, and some people made comments, but I just had to talk about it.
Oh yeah.
Hong Kong is out of Big Macs.
That nasty meat. I don't blame them neither. I'd be out of Big Macs too.
Well, check it out.
Be like, we can do some Big Macs.
It's not the fact that Hong Kong's the McDonald's is trying to promote healthy eating. They're not. They're cutting out beef, pork, and chicken items for now because the meat supplier in Shanghai, Husi Food Company, allegedly they're serving rotting meat by repackaging expired products with new dates. That's what they're doing.
I wonder how they found out about it.
Somebody probably said something, and maybe the health department went in and checked it and saw what was happening, and went to their actual company, the supplier, to see exactly what was going on.
They better have shut it down too.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It looks that way. So to help them. This is what they, the food company said, to help rebuild the trust of customers and consumers, as well as cooperate with official investigatory process. We are compelled to withdraw all products manufactured by Shanghai Husi from the marketplace. Husi's owner said in a statement, adding that it is conducting a thorough internal investigation on scam. So the move has left various menus significantly diminished and eerily quiet.
That brings into question about America's McDonald's, because all of this MSG and all the steroided cows and chicken and all that stuff. And what's crazy? They promise that you'll be healthier when you eat these foods and you'll grow stronger. But at the same time, if this chicken is being injected with it, and these cows are, and their life process is being sped up, and majority of their organs aren't even fully developed, or they look like so abnormal, what do you think? I'm gonna sit click and be like, self say, what do you think will happen to me? Especially if the little chicken that wasn't even maybe a couple months old and looked like a fully grown thing, but their organs are jacked up and not even fully produced. What do you think will happen to me? Because that thing is, I hate that,
right? Yeah, absolutely.
And it used to be, because I was in a farmer's market shopping one day.
Yes, it did.
And this one lady, she asked another lady, she was shopping with her husband. I think it was around Thanksgiving time, so it was a while ago. And she said, what is this organic stuff? She said, oh, girl, it's the same thing. It's just more expensive. They just want more money for this. And I'm thinking, oh, it's not.
No, it's not.
There's a big difference. But there is also a misunderstanding of what organic is, because me personally, before I went on this organic diet, I had to be like, don't nobody want no organic stuff, because immediately when it comes to me, it's grass and me eating just strictly earthly thing. I'm like, I don't want that. That just sounds nasty. But what they don't understand is organic is really the healthiest option for you. You don't have to worry about MSG, no steroids, no pesticides, nobody doing anything special to your food. Organic is what's needed.
Yeah, it is, because all of that stuff being shot up with all the hormones and the pesticides and
seasoning too.
All of that stuff. It goes into your system, and that's what we built up immunity according to a bunch of stuff. You have diseases that have come up. People get sick, because of it's a direct result of the things that they're putting into the food,
and it causes more health problems.
Yeah, it does.
Like a big thing, arthritis. Arthritis wasn't in some nationalities, arthritis didn't even exist. Arthritis was something found in the third world countries. Why is it in the United States?
Well, it's the food. The food is jacked up. And that's why people are doing the things necessary, or at least they're trying to do the things necessary to try to eat healthier. Good gracious. And to me, I feel like, yes, you're going to pay more money for organic food and cage-free eggs that are from cage-free hens or chickens.
But now they're saying we have to watch out for cage-free, because some stuff that says it's cage-free really isn't cage-free.
That's jacked up. So I guess it's like a little stamp, some of these.
Yeah, because the health industry is booming. Everybody want to lose weight. Everybody want to get healthy. And everybody want a piece of that money.
Yeah, they do.
So they're going to brand it. Like a pure example, Garcinia cambogia.
Talk to me.
Garcinia cambogia is supposed to be one of the most, it's supposed to be banging in weight loss, y'all. Even Dr. Oz said it. Dr. Oz's stamp of approval said that Garcinia cambogia is the thing to do, as well as, the raspberry ketone.
Okay.
But here's the thing, there's a lot of knockoff companies. It's a lot of junk. And what these junk companies are doing is they are taking Dr. Oz's words, his stamp of approval, and putting it on their product, saying, hey, this works. Dr. Oz said that this can be taken. It's the healthiest thing you can possibly do.
Right.
And when you take it, you don't see no results.
Right.
You don't see anything.
Exactly.
That's the big problem.
Man, I know we got another, because I saw it move, so you gotta scroll to find it. But at any rate, We're going to go to a quick break, and then we're going to talk about the season 4 spoiler for Scandal. Keep it locked right here on the Bianca Burwell Show. Beanie Man, who am I? Ooh. Great personality that probably ideas that you know would make a great show. Then contact the TheBeatDropsRadio on the email your YouTube links, website, and contact information to the TheBeatDropsRadio page@gmail.com. Set up an appointment today. That way, as we are gearing up for the new year and expanding our network to interesting, creative, fun, original, and captivating shows. And this is just like you. We are family-friendly, top 40 pop and R&B station located in the Atlanta area. Now, if you don't live in the Atlanta area and have regular shows, we have time slots available for you too. Don't delay. You are tuned in to the Bianca Burwell Show on the TheBeatDropsRadio, your top 45 and R&B station. Newbie of Atlanta. Calling number is 404-826-9223. Again, 404-826-9223. The listen line is 401-347-0418. You can listen, dial that number and listen at any time of the day. It's rocking 24 hours every day. 401-347-0418. So it doesn't matter whether you have internet access or not. You can enjoy the TheBeatDropsRadio any time of the day. If you haven't done it already, please like us on our Facebook page. Going to TheBeatDropsRadio.com. You'll see the big F right there. Click on that, and it'll take you directly to our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at TheBeatDropsRadio. My Instagram handle is Bianca_Burwell. So as I've been saying, and I've been teasing the entire show, I love the show Scandal that comes on ABC. Season 4 spoiler.
I think I just need to get on the Scandal anyway.
Oh my God. I don't know what you've been doing.
I'm on the hit the floor bandwagon.
Okay, but we ain't talking about it.
Okay, no.
Scandal. For all those who love Scandal, there is good news that just came out. The show is officially underway again for filming. Production started for Kerry Washington and the rest of the cast on Monday, and they will be hard at work in LA up to the moment the show premieres on September the 25th. September the 25th, y'all. That's the date. September the 25th. As usual, they're going to stay with the Thursday night 10 p.m. time slot. I think that's a great time slot, especially 10 o'clock on Thursdays. So I'm out of Bible study. I can watch.
I don't even think anybody really cares because
what time it comes on?
No, because as long as it says Scandal, you know,
Hey.
who's gonna watch.
Doggone it.
That's what they gonna be like. Honey, can you record this?
Oh
Hey,
man.
can you record that? Let me see. Hush, I don't wanna, because that's what I deal with in my household. They don't want nobody talking.
No.
My Scandal's on. Don't
Don't
say
talk.
nothing. Don't cough.
Don't
Don't even
ask.
walk. Don't breathe. Okay, because they are watching Scandal.
That's right. Don't ask me nothing. I don't want to see nothing. Don't show me nothing. Don't walk past the TV. Don't even look like you about to walk past the TV.
You just feel
Scandal.
like I just be arrested to my seat. Like,
That's right.
no sense.
You better wait till the commercial come on. That's how they roll. So the season 4 premiere of the show will, of course, begin with the writers trying to resolve the mystery of everything that happened to Olivia Pope at the end of season 3. I'm sure you guys saw that. Is she back in Washington? We have to believe so, but the question we're asking is what she picked up from her time with Jake that she can use in the future. And also what their relationship is now, because before with Jake, it was an on again, off again. She kind of dated him because she was trying to break away from her affair that she was having with President Fitzgerald. You know, she was just trying to do that whole thing, but you know, she ended up leaving at the end on a plane, and she looked like she wasn't sure whether or not she wanted to leave. So they got to pick that back up. All right. Also, there are questions regarding Abby's role. What Huck is up to that he has now seen his family, because at the end, I mean, he stayed away from his family for the absolute longest. He stayed away from his family. He didn't want them to know that he was alive, because what that would have done is that would have caused attention, and then that would have been a soft spot because of the type of work that Huck does, you know, with him being like a secret agent, or he, you know, torture people and all that other kind of stuff. He didn't want his family to be subjected to the type of stuff that he does, so he wanted to stay away and let them believe that he was dead because he felt they were better off. But at the end, he knocks on the door. His wife opens the door, and she's like, "Oh my goodness!" So you see that all in her face, like, what? Yeah. So I can't wait to see what's up with that. Okay. Now we need to know whether or not OPA, which is Olivia Pope and Associates, will be initiating some sort of hiring process after losing Harrison, because Harrison was killed by Olivia Pope's dad at the end of season 3. So we need to know about that. You know, there's a whole lot of ground that will be covered in that hour, which will be one of the most important of the entire show's run so far, because it just left so many cliffhangers. I want to say kudos to Shonda Rhimes for creating something like this, for, you know, bringing back the interest in because we have so many reality shows. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I have to think about it for a second. Like,
Yeah, we got it.
it's because I have to say, whenever, like, almost everybody who I talk to knows something about Scandal, whether they're watching it or not watching it. They know about Scandal, and at least one family member is on the Scandal wave. The Scandal bandwagon. It's like something serious, and I be trying to get into it. You know, I really be trying.
You be trying?
Yeah, I do, and I be like, okay, what? Yeah.
Well, you know what, Shonda Rhimes, she said that she wanted to create something, and for those of you who don't know, she is also the creator of Grey's Anatomy. Shonda Rhimes, yeah, she created Grey's Anatomy as well.
She's good.
She is excellent, and she is somebody that I look at as far as when you have aspirations in order to, you know, achieve something. When you have aspirations to achieve, you know, just putting that in the forefront, right? Of putting your goals out there is like, because they said that every day she would look at whatever board that she wrote it on, is that she wanted to take over TV. She wanted to take it over. And she has definitely done that. Grey's Anatomy first, and now with this one, I believe she's involved in other projects. But Shonda Rhimes, man, hats off to you. And what she said was that she wanted to create a drama. She wanted to create a drama that people couldn't fold clothes and do. They couldn't, you know, wash clothes and cook at the same time. They had to sit right there because there's so many things happening, and that is what's happening. If you like miss something, you like freaking missed it. So she's definitely achieved that. Man, I am so looking forward to seeing the show. September the 25th. That is the date, y'all. September the 25th. That is Thursday, 10 p.m. ABC.
I bet you are. I just ain't ready.
Man,
I'm ready to be shut.
Look,
I ain't ready to be hushed all the time. Okay.
You just have to go to another part of the house. Look, find something else to look at.
I need some attention and loving too. Okay.
You get
from
attention.
everybody.
But you know, during that time from 10 to 11, everything is quiet. Cell phones go on mute.
And you know what's crazy? I always am the one walking in front of the TV.
And that is so aggravating. I'm going to trip you one of these times.
I'm always with the peace sign. Excuse me.
No, man. No, move. There ain't nothing you need right now. There is absolutely nothing.
That or my grandma.
And
like, so what did happen?
Oh, my goodness. My mama. I love her. I love you, Mom. But oh my goodness, I don't want to hear no commentary. I don't want to hear no suggestions. I don't want to hear what you think happened. I just want to see and hear the show only. But that is what Scandal has done. That's what you've done. Shonda Rhimes, kudos to you. Shouts out. I'm in total 100% support, as there are others with scandal parties that are formed all over the place. Doggone it, we can't do a scandal party. But I'm just saying, I will be glued to the TV, 10 o'clock. ABC.
Helping to boost your views and your ratings.
Your ratings, definitely. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in to this edition of the BeatDropsRadio. If you haven't done it already, make sure you like us on Facebook by going to TheBeatDropsRadio.com. Click on the F, and that'll take you directly to our Facebook page. Click like and suggest us to all your friends, like 10, 20 friends. Just suggest everybody that's your friend. Also, follow us on Twitter at BeatDropsRadio, and my Instagram handle is Bianca_Burwell. Anybody be?
Mine says Imani_Tyree. IMANI_TYREE.
And every Friday you can hear Hair Tips by Imani B right here on this station, usually about 3:15, 3:20. So if you have any questions on hair, how to take care of hair, little tips, things of that nature, make sure that you hit us up, send us messages, emails. You can email TheBeatDropsRadio@gmail.com. We'll make sure that she gets them and she answers them accordingly. So tonight, 7 to 9 p.m., Full Belly Radio. It's Dave Tolliver's birthday. Make sure you guys tune in for that. We'll see you then.
Don't forget tax-free weekend.
Tax-free weekend this weekend. All right.